Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. It has been a long time. I say that. It actually has been a long time, now that I think about it. Ignore that stuff on my hotbar for just now. I will explain everything to you as we kind of go along here. And let me get myself kind of suited up. I have some explaining to do. I am sort of starting this like near the beginning, but also sort of like in the middle of the beginning. I've gotten started on some stuff, but I haven't really finished anything. Well, I finished two small things, but we'll get to that later. This is a Minecraft server, an SMP, if you will. It is called the Refuge. And it's kind of like, we've got a couple of players. Currently, I'd say we have 4 to 5. The reason I say we have 4 to 5 is because, well, we technically have 5 players. One of them showed up exactly once and has never logged back in again. These are the 3 main players. You see my head right there. My good friend Callius actually started up this server so that we could, get some friends together and play and just kind of do survival Minecraft. That's T-Man. I don't think he's ever appeared on my channel before, but he's there. And then that's obviously me. So we started building this together about 2 months ago, but we haven't done too much. In fact, our best mob farm is actually just a skeleton grinder that's over at Callus's place. And that's pretty much as far as we've gotten in terms of like technical stuff. There's a couple of buildings scattered about here and there, but for the most part, there hasn't been too much going on the server because most of it is just me and Callius. It's just us two kind of doing things in and out. I'm going to give you a kind of brief server tour during this opening episode and sort of cover a couple of things that are going to be going on. So first off, I'm going to start off right there. That's the spawn point. This is kind of the town square. This is the spawn town. You can make shops here and do some other things. However, I need to cover one really important thing. I will be uploading at least once a week, but no promised schedule. It means that there will not be a specific date that the videos go live on, but there will be at least one video every week. And that's kind of just because I'm not a big fan of doing the whole, I will put out a video at 3 o'clock every Monday. It just drives me nuts. It really does. The moment something happens, I lose track of things and I can't keep up with everything. So I'm going to do my best to do at least a video a week. There might be more than one video a week. That's regards to this server. There will be one Minecraft, the Refuge server video per week. At the very least. But that doesn't mean that'll be all of it. This is actually my shop. Hello there, Phantoms. That doesn't get any real business because there's really nobody playing at the moment. I have the only large-scale honey operation. It's all manual at the moment. I don't have any automatic stuff. I don't really know if I want automatic farming for the most part, because it's just not something I'm super fond of. Like I'm okay with people who do it. I don't usually do it. The exception would be, this is our wool farm. This is the Spawns wool farm. Completely 100% automatic. That's something I'm 100% fine with because they're just sheep. And I'm probably the only person. I'm going to be one of the few people who actually makes use of lots and lots of wool. I'm actually going to end up making my own in my own place. Hello there, Phantom. I knew you guys were somewhere. Get out of here. Get out of here. So this is a mostly vanilla Java server. We do have some data packs. One of them allows for the mending infinity bows, but it's rather tedious to get. I'm the only person currently who can obtain them, so I have the corner on that market right there. I'm also the only person who can get mending books, so also got that corner of the market. This was actually the very original, very first official building that was created inside the server, and this is the community enchanting area plus community storage area. It's kind of like if there's a community project, like going out here. All the stuff that might be needed for it can be stored on up here. I don't know why some of that stuff is there. It was probably my temporary storage. And then down here, it's just free storage. Like anybody can come and put garbage in here, and anybody can come and take said garbage out. It's just take anything you see inside the chest. It's just, you know, the freebie section. Except for right here. We do have the custom armor stand stuff, and that's where those books are located. The next place I'm going to take you to is the next thing we started working on but have not yet finished, because this is actually a really kind of big project, and after we did a little bit of it, we were kind of like, I don't want to touch any more of it for a while. we're kind of, this is probably the one project that burnt us all out, me and Callius, out for working on things for quite a while. This is obviously an ocean monument, but this is the player. I don't know what is this called again? It's kind of like a Hall of Fame, I guess. Hall of Fame. I'm not 100% certain what else to call it, but basically, it's just the Hall of Players. Anybody who's playing on the server can come up and set up their little thing right here and decorate it however they want. Me and Callius got the first 2 slots because we're the ones who actually worked on this. So this is my guy. I've got a cat right next to me. I haven't done anything fancy with him just yet. But let's get on out of here and head over to that other building that we saw in the distance. All right, so this is actually just, I don't fully understand what this building is meant to be, but the whole point was we just wanted to put something here. And there is, this does go down to a community mine shaft plus the spider grinder, which was actually built by T-Man. It's one of the few things he's actually done. So I guess it's just to hold that. I don't really see it having any other purpose. This was a collaborative effort by both me and Callius. I sort of came up with the design and this section, and he added finishing touches into it and a few other things. And let's go ahead and start visiting other people's bases. The official ones, we'll do a quick stop by the non-official one, and that's only because it's the guy I mentioned who doesn't really play, who's only gotten on once. That's just the stables. You can ignore that for now. We'll come back to that another time. But so this is our village back here, and this is the guy I mentioned who got on once and then never got back on again. And frankly, I kind of hope he doesn't come back on at this point. Like, this is terrifying. That looks so awful, but well, it might just be the beginnings of something cool. I can't judge it harshly, even though I'd like to. But either way, all right. So that's the start. I'm saying so way too much. Let us head over to Fire Creighton. I know her as Javar, but that's what she's called on this server, Fire Creighton. Let's head on over to her house really quickly, kind of give you a brief overview of that one, and then we'll head over to T-Man's place, and then we'll head over to Callius's place, and then finally my place. So this is Fire Creighton. She is actually the newest member of the server and gets on once every 2 or 3 days for maybe an hour or 2, sometimes a little bit more, but usually not terribly long. I don't want to stay in here too long, but she has 2 cats, Chew and Tilly. I'm not even going to explain what this is, but basically I built this. just don't worry about it. There's a creeper. Please don't blow up her house. let's go ahead and head on in here, and we'll visit T-Man's place next. Alright, welcome to T-Man's house. He actually has about the same amount of time as, probably on the server as Fire Cretan. I'm just gonna call her Fire. You know, as Fire has on the server. This is my cat. I left it here for him, just to annoy him. But he hasn't done terribly much. But he's also kind of a slow, as he likes to put it, old school builder player. And I can get an old school vibe from this, sort of. But you know. Okay, I'm going to be honest. I don't really like the way he builds. It feels kind of stupid. But the other thing is, he's also a really good friend of mine. And I just bash him for every single thing he does anyways. So that's kind of one of the reasons why I'm just, like, sort of upset with him. Like, he could basically build a gigantic, amazing mansion. And I'd walk into it rather like, it's okay. And he just sort of accept that. That's what I'm just going to always say. All right, let's head on over to Callius's place now. Really quickly. Okay, here we go. We are at Callius's island. He lives on an entire island, and that is his current house that he's been working on. He has two separate... I think he actually might have three different mob spawners in the area. One of them being a skeleton spawner. The other two, I think, might be zombies. I'm not 100% certain. This is his temporary villager breeding setup that he's got going on over here. I know who he took inspiration from for that. And he's just got, like, you know, a couple of things dotted here and there. It's actually a lot nicer than my island currently. That's right. I also happen to live on an island. He's got a mostly gold beacon, it looks like, over here. That's pretty cool. But let's go ahead. I would give you a much more in-depth, detailed view of his place, but I think I'm actually going to save that for a different video. This is episode 0, by the way. Episode 0. It's just server tour, and then we start episode 1. And I think for a different episode, we're actually going to do a proper tour with each and every single person, except for Fire. I'm already aware that she will not likely show up on video. I can't remember where this leads. This goes somewhere important. And welcome to my place. I know I'm trying to make it sound all awesome, but I haven't done too much. The first thing you'll notice are lots and lots of cats and an ominous kind of just single block wide pillar going off into the distance. And that is because I'm turning this massive desert island right here into a volcano. A true volcano of massive height. This thing goes up to... It doesn't go quite up to build limit because I wanted to give myself a bit of extra space. But let's see. It goes all the way up to 216. So close to build limit. Not quite, but... And this entire thing is going to get redone, re-terraformed, remade. These slopes are just, you know, giving me a rough outline of where everything needs to go. And that's not the only thing I'm doing. I'm not just turning it into a giant volcano. I am also building inside the volcano. I know you see a few things kind of scattered out here and there. But where I'm really moving into is underneath it, inside of it. I am turning into an evil scientist who does all sorts of inhumane things. I say that in reality, I haven't really done anything that's really inhumane or would ever actually do anything that's really cruel and unusual, but I do have like a rough kind of block palette already picked out. You know, there's going to be a lot of black glass, black what is this? Black concrete, cyan terracotta, a bunch of the brighter kind of concrete colors, and a lot of red nether brick. Lots and lots of red nether brick. This is my emerald guy. I get lots of emeralds just from farming right over here. I do a very simple, very effective, but also semi-automatic, but mostly manual still, kind of like flushing system. I'm not really I don't want to do anything super automatic. I don't want to just be able to sit here and have things come flying at me. For the most part, there might be a few things that I might set that up to do. Or what I might end up having it do is it'll only be active if I'm, say, standing on a certain pressure plate, and that's the only one that is active. But this is probably the most automatic farm I've got going, and it's just an egg farm. It's just so I could get myself a bunch of wither roses over time. When I next fight the wither, I'm just gonna chuck a ton of eggs there and get as many wither roses in one go as I possibly can. Here's my nether wart. My very, very temporary nether wart farm. You can see the track where I transported Mr. Villager over. There's some more cats around the area. Here is my villager breeder, my very terrible, terrible, inefficient villager breeder, but I never do anything efficiently. I'm not big on efficiency. These are my other villagers. They're all safe and sound. This entire island is actually really, really, really safe. There should be next to no mobs spawning up on the surface. The only ones that can spawn typically are going to be out there and up in the sky. But here are all my villagers. Here is my mending villager. He's got it for 10. This was actually a guy that I kind of just picked up and just left there. I didn't trade with him. I just kind of let him sort through his trades. And then I just happened to click on him one day and he happened to have a mending trade. And I was like, oh, heck yeah. Let's do it. That's perfect. I love it. Now then, let's see. I do have access to commands. I don't think I am considered the co-owner, but at the same time, I'm the only person who has access to commands, so I should have. I should kind of. I'm basically an admin, but at the same time, kind of like a co-owner. So I should be able to take a look at what we've got here. We've got AFK detection, anti-Enderman grief, gravestones. That's Minfinity. That's the bow, the amazing bow. Custom armor stands and more mob heads, and that's about it. The AFK, I think most of those kind of speak for themselves. Gravestones is actually one that we only agreed on for very different reasons, and it just, if you die, instead of all your items splattering out all over the place, you just leave a gravestone. And the reason we decided to add this in is in case there's, like, say, a lag-based death or a glitch death, and you fall into the void or something else happens, you can go and still collect all your items. You don't lose everything all the time. And that's mostly just because of that. Like, it's also kind of helpful for the people who aren't as good at Minecraft. I'm pretty decent. I'm not the greatest. I did not mean to run through that. But I'm pretty good. I'm not likely. If I do die, it's because I'm being stupid and I might have taken all my armor off for whatever reason. I usually have a very terrible reason for doing so, but I do that. Like if I'm hanging out with somebody, I might take it all off and completely forget to put it back on if I start fighting mobs. So there's always that. And over here, this is something I kind of didn't mention, but I'm sure you guys have seen. This is my storage area. This is actually the first official thing I built personally. This is just all of my storage, all of my items, all of my things. Just look at all this sand I have. These are all just filled with sand. It's just pure sand. There's even some over here still. And if I go over here to statistics, items mined, I've dug out over 163 bits of sand. It was murder. It killed me. I actually have not made any videos or even done much on Minecraft after I did that because it caused the carpal tunnel that is in that just hurts my hands, which I still currently have. Like it's still bothering me to flare up like a nightmare and make it unable for me to play games properly like I should have been able to. It's slowly calming itself down. Ice packs and anti-inflammatory garbage, whatever that medication is. I hate medicine. I really hate medicine. It does help quite a lot, so that's how I was able to bring this video to you. I've been very, very slowly making progress, but for the amount of time I played, which is a considerable amount, I've done almost nothing, especially considering this server has been up for like 2 months. I do have 2 named cats. I don't think that's super important, but I'm going to go ahead and show them off. We've got Solar here, who should have... Okay, no, she has a pink color. I could have sworn she would have had a yellow color. And then we've got Luna over here. Solar and Luna. And these were actually named with the help of Fire. Fire helped me name them. I sort of picked up Solar as my first cat. And I went over to her and was like, I want to name these cats. Help me name my cats. And so we sort of came up with the idea of getting a black cat eventually as well, and calling the first one Solar and then the second one Luna. Either way, I hope you enjoyed episode 0 server tour. There's some other things that haven't been shown off, but there's nothing super outstanding yet. You've kind of seen everything there is to see on the server outside of like maybe 1 or 2 things. Either way, I hope you enjoyed it. I can't wait to do some more recording, and I will see you guys soon. Because this is episode 0. Episode 1 should be coming out very shortly afterwards. Bye-bye.